I think for them, their fourth and fifth, guard. I think that they did a great job of coming in and playing. We didn't change the plan. We called what we called. What we normally would do, and they were able to play football with us. And I think that they did a good job. Obviously, there's a couple plays here and there they'd want back, but for the most, that's anybody. But for the most part, I think for the situation that they were thrown into, for the circumstance that was, I thought they did a really good job.
I know the numbers say they're probably the worst defense in the league. Is it different when you see guys like Atkins and Dunlap up there, and is that why maybe you weren't able to get the running game going as much?
Oh yeah, and just like I said at the beginning of the week, we also played the number 8 defense in the league last week, and we're able to win. Numbers are numbers. You see what's on film. You see who's out there. They got 3 first-round picks in the secondary. They got Dunlap and Gino and Michael and all the other guys, and they got good football players. So a lot of the plays, and then you get into it. Where did the yards come from? Oh, well, he just misfitted that, or they just messed up that. And once they correct that, it'd be a salty day for them. So you got to give them their credit. They're a good defense, and I never take anything when I look at rankings. That never is anything for me.
What impressed you most your tight end Waller today? He hasn't played a lot, obviously. The big reception in the jet sweep. What impressed you about him?
His speed. That day one when he showed up is his speed. He's very smart to be able to pick up this offense. Obviously that's the kind of guys Coach Gruden likes. Good football players that are smart. Can pick things up fast and play hard, and he does all those things really well. And he had a good role for us today. And obviously, with the way he plays, you see that expanding. He's a weapon for us, and I'm glad that we have him because he's really fast. He covers ground, man. You don't see many tight ends, besides Cookie, taking it up the sideline the way that he did, right? And so, running through the zone the way that he did, though he tried to pass it off, and he was just too fast. We're just going to keep featuring Lee in the pass game. The coaches did a great job of setting that up, making it look just like the run, and Lee, snuck out again. They brought their safety across, and I was like, soon at pre-alignment, I was like, oh man, they're probably doubling Lee. I would, and then sure enough, man, coaches did a great job of scheming that one and getting Lee open. So. Obviously, he's a good target, but the best thing that he does, man, besides being a great teammate, is his blocking. So we'll make sure we feature that. But anytime we can give him the ball and get some points, it's a good thing.
Did you see him celebrate it? I mean, he gave one heck of a nice Christmas gift to a kid.
Yes, he did. We laughed earlier in the week because I was watching some target tapes on all the corners. With injuries, you never know who plays. And I'm watching a preseason game, and I see someone score, and I saw a pretty athletic receiver try and jump in the crowd and couldn't make it, so I told Lee that he had to try it. So that's where that came from.
On the long ball to Jordy, would you have liked that one back to?
I mean, yeah, hindsight, absolutely. I wish I put more on it, because he started digging right when I threw it. He was wide open. I honestly I was trying to just put it on him so he could catch it and then just run. And as I went to throw it, he was digging, then looked back and had to slow down. So in hindsight, absolutely. I wish I threw a down the field ball. But when he was that wide open in my mind, I was like, I'm not overthrowing this. I'm just going to make sure we catch it, because I've seen that play too many times overthrow. I mean, they had one today, where they missed a touchdown. You never want to miss those. But yes, I wish I threw it farther in that circumstance.
Yeah, the coach said that he wanted to finish the year with authority.
Yeah.
You're getting to know him pretty well. What does he mean by that?
Oh man, he just our effort, the way that we train, the way that we practice, the way that we play. There's no denying. I mean. He's an offensive guy, from the heart. He's talking to us, especially he tells us, our effort and our finish, our grittiness. Obviously, it's not ideal situations right now, but he just wants us to finish with everything in us, and we don't have any quitters. We have a lot of good dudes, and we're going to finish the right way. Every team that plays us, we got 2 more, they know that we're going to bring it. They know that we're going to play football, and that's what he expects.
Not that you were targeted, but couldn't help to notice under receiving, Carr, 1 reception.
Yeah.
Minus 9 yards.
Yeah, that hurt. I got to get that up. But it was a reaction. The ball, it got tipped, and I wasn't even thinking. I just stuck my hand out and caught the ball. I honestly wish I just let it fall, but it is what it is. I'm not going to get featured either in the pass game.
A couple more guys. Derek, this is a different
type of question, because I just get one shot at you too, but can you explain the tattoo on your arm about Jeremiah 29:11?
Oh, yeah. You know, my grandfather was a pastor at the same church for over 30 years, and before him it was my uncle. And my mom leads worship there now. I mean, we're pretty rooted, in that place. And before he passed away, he just wanted all his grandchildren to know Jeremiah 29:11, because we couldn't understand, like, why is the best person we know, laying here with cancer. We couldn't get it, or with a tumor. We're like, it just doesn't make sense to us. And he made sure he instilled that in us, and it's just a remembrance of just how good God is, to us, even through hard times. And he wanted to make sure that we knew that, and I love him for that.
All set?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple plays. There was one on the sack for the fumble. I was about to throw it to him. He was coming open on that. That would have been a big one. And then there was another one where, not another one. There's a lot of times where they're doubling him, trying to make it look like they weren't, but guys outside. He's got help coming inside, kind of a thing. So we had to have other guys win, in those circumstances. And so they did a good job of mixing that up. But I thought that he also did a good job of winning. There was another time he won on a route. I just didn't have time to throw it. I had to throw the shallow to Jordy. So they did a good job of trying to take him away for the most part. But I also think that we have a couple more seconds here or there or whatever. He'd have another big day.